that Wi-Fi together, baby. Here we go again. You ready?
Call Big Mama.
Call Big Mama.
Isaiah, get out of the car.
Nope.
Isaiah, get out of the car right
Rick
now.
Ross better call.
Call Big Mama.
Get out of the car.
Isaiah,
Okay,
get
Rose,
out.
we getting right. My name is Six Paps Dice, Mr. Lane. If you need me, you know what? Listen, man, ain't no need to have no niceties and nothing like that, fam. We getting right to it, fam. We getting right to it, fam. Okay, getting right to it, bruv. Rose gonna have to come to the front of the congregation. It's time for us to have a whole conversation, sir. So, Rick Ross album has come out now. It's not really news. No one's really necessarily surprised. I don't think any of us went into our drawer, grabbed our pearl necklace, put the pearl necklace on, pause, and then clutched them because we couldn't believe that Rick Ross flopped. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing could have prepared my body. I felt a tingle. When I woke up this morning, I felt a tingle. And I thought it was just the electricity that comes from just being me. But nah. That's not what it was. It was the feeling of the boss, Ricky Rose, flapping hard. Hold on, man. Nigga was
small.
Thinking small.
You need to be thinking big.
What?
You need to be thinking big, bitch.
Word.
You need to be thinking big, bitch.
And ain't nobody gonna step
Ross.
up and speak on your behalf, if you
Ross.
ain't been a solid nigga.
And ain't nobody gonna come listen to your album if you ain't been and no one wanted to hear you. Like literally nobody wanted to hear that shit. I'll play the clip earlier. It said he got 1.83 million streams the first day. And let me tell you something too. All seriousness, or all jokes aside, rather, right? When he said he was putting the album out, it was like, why? Why exactly? Because, sir, if you are in fact, especially with an artist of your caliber, if you are in fact putting an album out and whatnot, this is some lazy shit. But you know what though? We gotta always question because you know we do theories on my channel. Because a part of my channel is the conspiracy theory aspect, and that aspect may lead us to the fact. I'm sorry, the conspiracy theorist inside me, pause, thinks that you were waiting for certain features in a certain time, and maybe it's either you're dropping this album far behind schedule or far ahead of schedule. But either way, brother, you didn't even do like regular numbers. Regular numbers first week is like 50K, around like 50K. You know what I'm saying? So not only that, someone like Rick Ross, who's been around for a super long time, it's not like you faded into obscurity. Like, you know, you're definitely online with a whole hairline. I don't remember the boss having a hairline when I was young, but you got a hairline now. Chocolate privilege right there. If that was a light-skinned brother, if a light-skinned brother was always had a baldy, and then one day he pop out with a hairline, y'all would have questions for niggas. He just one day out of nowhere. And now I'm lying. He had like the skin tight fade tattoo haircut. It's when niggas be bald, you know, and they'll have like the fade, like the whole, but their whole head is faded. I ain't seen that cut in a long time. When nigga rock it's cut like real low, like super low. You know what I mean? Like when I was younger, that's with my stuff. I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking big, bitch. You know what I mean?
It's small.
Right?
We need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big,
You know what I
bitch.
mean?
Ain't know what it's called, Dad.
So-
I get locked up for years for this.
Let's go ahead and check out what Rose was talking. When he was talking with in front of Patrick Bet, even like Patrick Bet David is someone who's not in the culture. He probably has a very shallow understanding, has a very much of a social Patrick Bet David probably understands hip hop or knows about hip hop the way you know about like current events, because you know you can consume a lot more information you could in previous eras where like there wasn't a timeline where like yo you can just have a timeline of information and just see headlines and get an idea of what happened. You don't really need to even know the whole story to just know this happened. Or like, for example, the other day my man asked me, hey, yo, I wanted to get your opinion on the whole thing with 38 Special and Jadakiss. Now I haven't delved that deep into that subject. I did a lot of research, right? See how I avoid the pause. I haven't done that much research on the subject, but I knew about it, and I think I watched one video on it, but I hadn't really like done a lot of research or heard the records and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to hear all y'all niggas do that stiff rapping. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like it's like stiff rapping, where it's like one time rap. Cause to me like niggas like 38 Special, Jadakiss, all y'all do like all New York niggas do one time rap. Cause like part of it is you don't rap lyrics that I want to hear again. Like y'all rap good ass lyrics and they're like freestyle lyrics, right? Which is nothing really wrong with that. When you hear like a Drake song, even like a Rick Ross song, right? One of the reasons why Rick Ross is an amazing rapper is because Rick Ross has the intuition that all rappers don't have, which is to kind of know what to say. But anyway, my man was in front of Patrick Bet David, and this is right before Iceman drops and everything, right? And he asked him about Drake, and for the most part, I guess he has an idea. All right, boom. He may know that Rick Ross got molly whopped over there in Canada by that, I think, Icarus. You got molly whopped by a white boy named after a Greek myth of a boy who flew too close to the sun. And when he see my son, the fists started flying real close to you. That shit was crazy. It was on camera too, and he wasn't fighting back. I didn't see you swing. I mean, that's another thing too much about all you chocolate niggas. Y'all niggas get swung on. How do you get swung on and your first like instinct is not to swing back? You know what I mean? Between him and Charlemagne, don't get me wrong, I understand the shock of someone doing you upside the head and shit like that, but I would think your reaction would be anger. Be angry and be like, yo, like at least what the F? At least bark on a nigga a little bit. Nigga, y'all niggas ducked. Charlemagne got tapped upside down at the auditor. Charlemagne's on record saying that if he went to school with Drake, he'd be bullying Drake and peeing in his shoes and this and that. Nigga, when the time came for you to just be a man, nigga, you ran on camera. And again, I'm not taking accolades away from you, but you can't come online and ever comment on any man's manhood when we see you run immediately. It wasn't like they like hit you a bunch of times and you know you like they effed you up real bad, and then you say, you know what, I can't win. You ran immediately. That which also means that you ran before. You've been a track star. Charlemagne got across that street real fast, and also he had good form too. I ain't gonna lie, his running wasn't bad. He got a pretty good, you know what I mean? Got a good stride when he ran for them niggas. You know what I mean? But nah, you listen, chocolate privilege has been running rampant in hip hop for a long time, and it's time for us all to just say no. All right? Just listen, grab your neighbor, hold him by the hand, and just say no with me. All right, we all saying no. But let me go ahead and play this with Patrick Bet David. Hold on, man.
You're not putting Drake at your level. No, see, you might be.
When a white person, he not white, he likes kind of like Middle Eastern or like Southern inside. He's hold on, we have the answer to that. Let's not guess. All right, I know I'm the one who's accused y'all Negroes of being addicted to being wrong. Black people's favorite pastime is being wrong. Not so much even wrong, just inaccurate about shit. How old is Patrick Bet David? My bad. High nigga pie. What ethnicity is Patrick Bet David? David. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so he is. I was getting ready to say Middle Eastern. All right, so boom, Middle Eastern, right? When you got the Middle Eastern, the Middle Eastern bull, the Muslim bull is looking at you like, Aki, please. He leaned in like, really, Aki. You know what I'm saying? Because in my that's their version of saying nigga. You know what I'm saying? When niggas say Aki, yeah, chill, Aki, chill, Ak. But anyway, give y'all a little crash course on black culture. We hear somebody say Ak, that's short for Aki, and that comes from the Islamic influence in black culture. You know what I'm saying? By way of Middle Eastern culture, depending on who you ask and whatnot. You know, when you talk to the we was kings nigga. I knew it got bad when white people started making fun of the We Was Kings movie, and then I'm sorry, the movie was called We Was Kings. But they started pronouncing it as We Was Kings. When white people started to make fun of we was kings, I was like, damn. God damn it. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm about to sue you, bro.
Sue you
I'm about to sue you, my
for
nigga.
defamation of character.
You know what I'm
I've been
saying?
not talking. I've been not.
I see it in your eyes you might be confused.
Yes.
With the numbers and all of the fake numbers, flood the marketplace, 50 something. That shit ain't nothing. Remember what I told you, the streets are the streets. If Drake was what he thought, what you think he was or what he thought he was, he would have been able to clear all this shit up, address it, and been moved on.
You're not putting Drake.
Look at his eyes. He like this is the genuine emotional response. Matter of fact, let's get bigger, man, because I'm robbing y'all the experience, man. I'm sorry. I'm like a thief in the night. Yo, Patrick Bet David is leaning in. He's changed his posture. Okay, he is stretching the cord for that mic in his ear. Okay, he's got more lines in his forehead asking him this question. Let's zoom out. He's gained more lines in his forehead asking this question because he's like, nigga, I didn't believe that you was this delusional, but now that I'm here in front of you, sir, now that I've met the boss, Rose, I had to see it for myself. Cause like, you know what? Cause like he's doing that thing that men be doing with like women. You know what I mean? Where like you ask them a question, you kind of know the answer and everything, but it's more like the question is not really the question. The question is more like, are you really this much of a hater? Like Aki is really a hater. And even the Middle Easterns are surprised and shocked at how trashy ninjas is. But this is the ultimate privilege. But let's read the comment. First comment we see is prison guard representing the streets. So if you guys don't know, back in the day, all right, fuck that. 50 Cent exposes Rick Ross as correctional officer prison guard. Oh, my bad. Do it again. 50 Cent exposes Rick Ross as correctional guard at prison guard. No, okay. This is going to embarrass me. Anyway, so I want to pull up when 50 Cent exposed that Rick Ross was a prison guard. Let me tell you something right now. The fact that Rick Ross, prison guard, correctional officer. Hold on, man. We gotta find the. There we go. Boom. So is this back in 06?
Trick Daddy recently accused you of working as a prison guard at one point, Rick. Is there any truth to that?
No, that's not true. But that's disappointing to hear that he said that. He said that?
That's what the question is.
That's crazy.
That nigga look vexed. Rick Ross over here looking vexed. Like, oh, whoa. Trick said that? What? That's disappointing. He said he disappointed Trick Daddy. So you can tell by this video, yo, this gotta be like 05, 06, because around when Ross got really popping, he had a baldy. You know what I mean? And his beard was way bigger. You know what I mean? Because back then, like Ross was known for this beard. That was like his trademark. Like, quiet as kept, Ross made the bald head and beard look extremely popping. All right, I never forget. My ex was talking about how mad girls think Rick Ross is sexy. You know what I mean? And like and one of the girls she was talking about was her cousin. Her cousin is like a tall, slim girl, and like she's like, oh my god, he is so sexy. So at the time, I didn't understand that women can get into to men for other things. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, you know, like you being masculine, you having a masculine frame, you know, it's kind of like a fetish for women. Like, so like women have a fetish for like men who are like very masculine, men who sound tough and masculine to the point where they sound retarded. I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about, like dudes who have like an overly deep voice. Okay, all right, really over. Like, I mean, it's like, all right, nigga, like, you know, too much bass in your voice. I mean, like, move your mouth. Pause. You know. And also, women enjoy men who have a certain amount of status or status symbols, right? So if I'm covered in jewels, that's always going to be attractive to women because women are always attracted to signs of wealth. I mean, so, you know, basic math, right? So I want to find the video. Hold on, son. Where 50 Cent. So all right, so this is a few years later. I'm assuming.
I ran with a team. I was politely asked to take a position. And most definitely it was a position that I didn't want to take because I was living a whole nother lifestyle. But it was something that the team asked me to do. They gave me a little time period for me to make a few moves. I can't go into why I did it. I can't go into what was happening.
So, so we can tell what era that they was in based off the beard. Okay, so you kind of can tell. All right, boom. The other video that had the low beard that was from before hustling. You know what I mean? So it's really been going on. This shit been going on. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I've been not talking.
Not
Come on.
talking.
What?
I've been not.
I've been not.
I've
Nigga.
been not talking. So
Talking,
what are
nigga.
you talking about?
Talking about, nigga. You feel me? So this been going on. So this is after Rick Ross. I'm sorry, 50 Cent posted the picture of Rick Ross in uniform. So see, this is before like social media was really popping. You gotta realize with social media, right? We have something called impression. So let's say if I have an image on my website, right, or this on my Instagram, that image can travel through an untold amount of social media posts, people reposting that image, people talking about that image, people doing videos about that image. So every time somebody makes a video, a post, whatever, right? That's an impression. So one thing can get can get billions of impressions, whereas like with this right here, people didn't have phones in their hand yet. So in order for people to learn about this kind of gossip, you know, like this level of tea, they would have to go to a computer. They would have to sojourn. They take the trip to the living room. Or if you was fancy, you was in college, you know what I'm saying? You was one of them laptop people, you know what I mean? So you maybe walk to your desk. By the way, it was a journey, and you might not be prioritizing what's prime tea. You know what I'm saying? I'm using the word tea now. I'm really effing with the word tea. You know what I mean? So if you wanted the tea, you would have to go to a media takeout, and even then, that's like 07. That's post 07. That's when that site got really popping, right? Yo, media takeout used to be one of the most like detrimental, like just one of the worst sites ever. They used to literally post only lies, like ridiculous stories. I remember like my ex at the time who put me on media takeout. She would tell me these stories that she read on there and whatnot, and it would be like, these would be like crazy stories, like Lady Gaga dissing Beyonce and stuff like that. Things that like never happened. But anyway. But that was the closest that you got. So the next step, or maybe the most primary way people got their gossip or hear about these things is from the like radio shows. Like Angela Yee would do like the gossip column and go through different items and stuff like that. Wendy Williams, they'll go through gossip. So this would be like gossip. So, but there wasn't a visual with that if you're listening to it on the radio. So with YouTube, people could post videos at will, and people could go online and at will look at certain videos. If that would have happened post 2012, you would have seen that picture of Rick Ross as a CEO smiling on camera. Matter of fact, let's see if we can see it. Hold on a second, Picture of Rick Ross as a CEO. There we go, boom, right there. Officer Ricky.
The truth behind Rick Ross's past as a correctional officer was finally
not him shaking hands with the white lady. Not him shaking hands with the white lady. The boss. And listen, him trying to spin that shit into a street tale. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It was fly. It was fly. I mean, 'cause he basically said, hey, listen, you know, one time I heard him say, even though I was doing my job, I was still doing my job. And it's like, you know what? Ross at that time was so hot. So his Negro credit was very high at that time. And having the Negro credit score that's that high, you can get away with shit like being a street rapper and also have been a correctional officer. And don't get me wrong. Listen, to be fair, in every government position, niggas will always try to find a way to make that into a crooked thing or mix the street. Someone there, any entity you ever go to, if whether it's cops, firemen, you know what I mean, doctors, niggas will find ways to bring the streets into the mix. So it is very possible that you was a CO that was, I guess, I don't know, like you went through the training so you can bring the drugs to your butt crack, nigga. Like, what exactly was you helping out with? Like how exactly was that helping the alleged crime family? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, so I'm assuming that. So are you admitting that? So are you admitting on camera that you as a government employee was basically helping to aid a criminal enterprise while you were in jail? Like, what?
Revealed, but many people missed it. When Rick Ross was exposed as a CEO, many people felt that it destroyed his credibility. But 15 years later, Miami legend and founder of Zopound, Ali Zoe, reveals the truth behind Rick Ross's past as a correctional officer.
What do you say?
So his story about becoming a CO off of like a bit of like an older homie dude in the streets asking him to do it as a favor, like that story's true.
God bless him. They had Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Mike Tyson in one. Then he's on rocks.
Yo.
Yeah, you
okay, he did it for Booby.
Yeah.
Okay.
The truth behind Rick.
I mean, listen. Whatever, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Listen. You feel me?
I agree with
You know what I'm saying?
Because I quit. Who gonna lead the people in the black community?
Whatever, nigga. I don't care about that. First of all, who's Booby? I don't know Booby. All right, no. The only boo boo that we respect is 50 Cent.
I was polite.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, 50 Cent talking about Rick Ross album sales. So, if you guys don't know, I actually forgot.
50 Cent said.
Shut up for a second. I actually forgot why 50 Cent. 50 Cent and Rick Ross have been beefing for so long that I forgot why. And I'm trying to remember why right now. They've been beefing since 2009. No one even knew what Rick Ross' baby mom looked like, Tia Kent with her big teeth self, until 50 Cent saw her out and did a whole sexy video shoot with her. It was crazy. And mind you, this is after 50 Cent. Actually, 50 was the one who kind of helped to break that story. He really broke that story in hip hop, right? About Rick Ross being the CEO. So since then, every chance this nigga get, 50 Cent hate this nigga. All right. Yo. 50 posted this on his Instagram. This is him smiling. Shit just said, I just saw your record sales. LOL 2000. What the fuck? Actually was being generous. He rounded you up the other way. He rounded you up by 800 units, my G. You see, no, they said you did less than 2 million streams. You did less than 2 million. That's not what the boss does. I got no water. To be a hater like this, but so yeah, bro. We seeing all of the Iceman ops is all flopping. Everyone's doing terrible. We're gonna get the lefty gunplay in a second. Don't worry. I don't want you to worry your pretty little head. Pause. All right. So let's see. All right. So Ross right here now. I said it the other day. I said it the other day that Ross is definitely dealing with a substance abuse problem. It needs to be addressed post haste. All right. Because a lot of things that Ross be doing and saying is weed logic, and coming from someone who who really rock with the leaf. You understand? A lot of things he's saying is weed logic, and I realize, listen, for certain times, yo, you gotta really put the L down. You know, isn't it crazy how normal it is for a rapper to appear on screen smoking weed? You know what I'm saying? He's addressing the public. Matter of fact, he even put the lighter down. Like he said, I'm not even gonna put my lighter down to have the conversation. He said, fuck that. Hold on, let me just get right into it. Cause he got the lighter in his hand and he lighting his joint. All right, and on top of that, he been smoking and been not talking. You know what I'm saying?
Not talking.
What?
I've been not.
What?
I've been not talking.
Anyway, Go ahead, Ross. Let's have Weed Logic.
No album.
Flop. However, I still got my money for it. So get your little jokes off if it makes you feel better.
When it come to making moves, I'm telling y'all this because I'm getting ready. I'm doing some, album shit, right?
Making moves. Before he gets into this whole thing, let's because we're gonna be very fair about what went wrong here. It just first of all, Ross is a very lazy fucking artist, and he fits the stereotype that I feel like is very common. Well, not I'm sorry, the behavior pattern, or at least the patterns I see with other like street rappers is that you may not realize it, but you're not versatile and you're very lazy. You're not really trying to make the best music. You're not really trying to find the very best beats. Like Ross is a great example of a rapper that like smells their own farts. Where like you rap. Because part of rapping very well is thinking that you rap well and talking about how great you are. But at some point, Ross really bought into his character to the point where I don't think you don't realize that the way that you catch fire, that you get people to really listen is by coming with something that they haven't heard you do before, or making a different kind of record, even if it's just a different structure. Like records don't really have to be about a bunch of really different things, as long as it sounds different. A nigga can make a record about just bad bitches. Most shit I'm most of the time talking about baddies most of the time, but I talk about this shit in different ways, and also I'm constantly thinking of different ways to deliver my thoughts and my really my feelings. It's really how I feel, really expressing myself, all while giving you a hip hop character. So that's why I don't agree with. I think to a certain degree, rap. Pardon me, so I'm sorry. Excuse me. Rap is entertainment. Entertainment. It depends on what you're looking for and whatnot, but entertainment is not necessarily based on being 100% factual. I'm not going to feel like, nigga, I'm not going to watch fucking Captain America, nigga, because he not really Steve Rogers. He not really Captain America. He was never Captain America. He was never a superhero. Why would I want to watch a movie with you playing Thor when you never been a god before? You was never a god. You don't know no gods. Peace to the gods. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not watching Spider-Man. Tom Holland that nigga has never even been an acrobat. Oh, I heard he afraid of heights. I'm supposed to believe he's Spider-Man? Oh, again, believability. A lot of that shit has to do with the obsession that the black community has with finding ways to discredit niggas. Don't get me wrong. I think, and this is built off the point that Act made about drill rappers killed gangster rap. Don't get me wrong. He has a point about, yes, authenticity does matter, and it gives their music stronger context. But the reality is this: a great song is a great song is a great song. When you get into mystique and shit like that, these are things that niggas need to be interesting. But if something is very good, you know what I'm saying? Like for example, that's the same as me trying to say that this food only going to taste good to you if I charge you $100 for it. And I gotta have a point in that. But imagine that, but that's the only way it can taste good. That would mean the food ain't good. Or if I charge you $20 for this plate versus 100, you know what I'm saying? And then, well, if I give you two different plates, I make you think that they're both different for different places and whatnot, right? And I say, this is ribs and rice. This is ribs and rice from this restaurant. Let's say we just make it taste slightly different. And I say, this plate is $100. You know what I mean? But imagine if I give you the same thing, the same ingredients, pretty much the same thing, and I say this one is $20, and you say, oh my God, it's okay, it's all right. And don't get me wrong, that would still be like a placebo in a way. You know what I mean? Because songs are not based off of authenticity. Songs are based off of do it sound good. Food is not based off of authenticity. Yes, I could definitely give you a menu and tell you exactly how far the farm is, that basically like where I got the chicken from. I could tell you where I got it from, but it ain't going to affect how it tastes. You know what I mean? But if you into that kind of thing, knock yourself out. But you gotta think big, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Small. We need to be thinking big.
You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
In the course of this campaign that you
Hello?
Hello? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Hi.
Hi.
I didn't know what.
My price going high. You know what I'm saying?
Hi.
I didn't know what.
You know what I'm saying?
But for the ones that want to know, this album number 12, Rose, how are you always so confident when it comes to your business, because it go the way I wanted to go?
my album come out, I'm already paid before the album come out. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that when them niggas sit on them podcasts doing all them little deals, I don't know what little niggas y'all talking to. The industry has changed, and guess what? As a boss, you put the number up there. This is what we gonna do, just to do business with me. I've sold records, nigga, for the last 20 years.
Years, nigga.
You know what I do, not just for myself, but the entire brand. Rose paid.
Yo, not the pause. Okay, so I think it'll be fair to do some translation, because I don't think it's fair to the people out there who don't know how music works what he could possibly mean. Okay, so let me explain. So when you put an album out, right? It's something I heard Jim Jones say a long time ago. He says, if you're an artist, you should always be pretty much working on an album, because the label has to give you a budget for that album, no matter what that budget is. So to get some money in your pocket and everything, you go ahead and find a way to make the album for way less than basically, just for as cheap as possible, right? And do what you got to do, and then you can live off of some of that money. You know what I mean? So if you're getting $500,000 in advance and whatnot, right? So if you're smart, you should be able to live off of $150,000. Which not a lot of money, nothing like that. But as far as like, you can live in a nice apartment, $3,000 a month. That's $48K. You know what I'm saying? Your let's say your whip $1,000 a month. So I said whip. I mean that's 12. All right. So now we at 60. All right. And then your other bills. So pretty much for the most part, you got between. You know what I mean? You got a lot to work with. You know what I'm saying? Like within 150K. Right. Let's say you just got that straight like that. You know what I mean? And you're supposed to be working on making an album which is going to make you money. Then you should be good. But the way that Jim Jones put it, like I stated in the beginning, was that he called it a bank. It's like a bank. It's like getting a loan. You know what I mean? So what Rick Ross has probably done is Rick Ross has been running low on cash probably. He said, well, I got albums left in my deal. I tell the label I'm doing the album, and boom, I get this advance, get some money in my pocket. You know what I mean? But like I said before, Ross, the music industry has changed, and Ross is probably too old to really kind of get out there and like really hustle like that, because Ross is not putting the music first, right? Like I said before, most street artists have this thing where you don't realize you're not covering much ground as like an artist. You're not really making different kinds of records. You're not really talking about different kinds of things, and you're not really delving into other stuff. And also, like, you're not good at different bags. Like, say something like Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher, the ways you hit Benny the Butcher, you cannot hit Benny the Butcher on an Afro beat. You can't really hear him on anything. And mind you, I haven't listened to Benny the Butcher in a long time, because, like, I think he's a great rapper and everything, but I've heard once you hear one Benny the Butcher verse, you kind of heard them all. You know what I mean? Like, you sound the same on every song. And that also comes from you trying to rap about the same exact things. Now, I don't rap about necessarily, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm lying. My content, again, it's more feelings based. It's more based off of how I'm feeling and whatnot. I know how to dress it up and make it more of a vibe, and include the atmosphere and the details, and also, again, my records are more like structurally based. They're more like these good ass songs based off some real shit. You know what I mean? We got a little fancy in there, because you got to add that razzle dazzle, little jazzmatazz. Don't be afraid of a little jazzmatazz. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, make sure that box is ready. Is this box ready?
The text that the box is ready to go, so we're gonna head there now and pick it up.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I pray y'all niggas get paid before the album come out, nigga, because when you put the album together, that's the work. Now you run them.
Now, despite the late promotion from Rick Ross's label, after seeing the album go #1 on the iTunes chart, Ricky Rose and his team sent out this promo picture to the blogs. Rick Ross also appeared on the Joe Budden podcast, amongst other platforms.
On this project, on the new album.
The perspective Rose giving you. You gotta realize I came in 20 years ago, every day I'm hustling from the mud to the marble. So now the perspective from the penthouse down to the streets, and we're gonna give you that perspective.
But some people would say you came in the game talking that shit.
I did. It was always about getting to the money. I don't know if this shit went over niggas' heads. We talking about every day we hustling. Every day we going to get it. The White House. These records on the first album. We speaking real estate. Buy back the block. That's what it always was. And it may be just because it came to fruition in front of niggas' eyes, some of it is unbelievable. but it's here.
So when you say a different perspective on this album, is there a difference in how it's executed today versus how you came in?
No, just the difference in the mindset. Nigga got a $500 million mindset now. This ain't the nigga trying to get his first 10. Cause when you get one, you know you can make it to 10. You get 10, you can make it to 100. Don't let nobody fool you. You get 100, you could get a B.
However, despite all
And I'm gonna make this comment about that too. The way he talking right there is the bag that you need to stay in, like that bag and having fun. The hater bag that he tried to get into with Drake was the biggest mistake. Let me tell you something right now. I'm not saying Drake would have saved his album or nothing like that, but it would have helped. If anything, what you should have been doing during that beef, you know what I'm saying, would be doing more records with Drake and other people and collaborating. And that's another thing too. Rappers have to do records with people that don't nobody know yet. That really helps, and Drake has always done that. He's found people that you may not know about, or his audience may not know about, and then he puts you on to them and everything, and then and that person brings their best to that song, or that person lets him sample the record or whatever it is, and now people know who you are because of this Drake record, like that Julia Wolf girl. I went and listened to her album. You know what I'm saying? I went and checked out Molly Santana, and I'm like, you know, and I like what I heard. It's pretty cool. Now again, these people are people who aren't necessarily making music for 40-year-old black men and nothing like that, but I'm able to understand what fly shit sound like. You know, like now at this age, like, you know, I think about when, now mind you, I was very young when I Don't Like came out, and it's funny how much my ear, how much people's ears have changed in general. I Don't Like, and it's still a really basic record. I mean, I didn't like the record because it was too simple for me. It was just way too simple. You know what I mean? It was just, but also too, it was killer. It was like genuine killer music. It was the Joseph Kony kids. You know what I mean? The kids from the Sudan. I forget what they called that, but basically it was a guy named Joseph Kony who had these child rebel soldiers who were basically like killers. This is like a whole thing in the Congo and whatnot, right? So he was down there running wild and whatnot. I mean, I don't think it ever stopped. I mean, Obama sent niggas over there, but I mean, like, to do what? Say, hey, you know, get them kids, man, them kids gonna gun y'all down. You heard? We talk about, man, it's heavy out there, man. I'm heavy in these streets, man.
God, it's heavy too.
You know what I'm saying?
Good size. Good to go.
Whoa, pause. So yeah, man. So that's like, you know, so that was that whole era. So anyway, Ross, I will gotta give Ross the credit for encouraging and promoting the idea of you being from the hood, you being from the bottom, and being able to change your situation through legal means. Because he always talked about like doing business, buying real estate property, and making real money. You know what I mean? So his character has always been, I'm a street guy, but I've taken my street money and now I put it into legit money, and I basically got away with with murder, literally, you know. So, but you do gotta give him credit for that, because no matter what, it still provided kind of basically a different like we see somebody like Mozzie from Pop the Balloon, like that dude, like he kind of, that's based off like the Rick Ross aesthetic or persona, where it's like, yo, you know, I'm a street guy with legal investments. You know, you understand? I know it's kind of a different way to say the same thing, but whatever. So that's his whole thing. But when he got into the whole thing with, you know, old boy, it just, I think it didn't really help the brand. And especially now that, you know, media is not really doing the anti-Drake thing no more. Everyone who tried to like really ride that out and make, like, yo, Rick Ross actually did a diss record towards Drake, right? And at the time, I think everyone was saying, at least I was saying, why are you in this? Why are you talking right now? Why are you dissing Drake? Like Drake didn't do anything to you. What the fuck? What? And in every interview, he has not been able to articulate what has been the problem with you and Beloved. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's play some more of this clip right here. We'll move on in a second.
All the efforts, it's still not going to sell well. And you guys know how this all goes in hip hop. If your enemy flops, best believe you're going to get clowned for it. But these,
yo, see this nigga smiling. How you post a picture of yourself smiling? I know I just said it, but how you post a picture of yourself smiling, yo?
went on Instagram to react to Rick Ross's album only selling about 2K copies. He said, I just saw your record sales. LOL, 2,000. What the fuck? Now, despite all the number talks, if you guys actually go listen to the album is actually pretty solid. And no, this is not promo. I was in the gym last weekend getting my swole on, and my two favorite current records.
Pause. Like, relax, nigga. Getting your swole on is crazy.
That I kept on going back to was this Maybach Music 7 that features Jeezy and Don Toliver, and also Living Large with Rick Ross and Big X the Plug. All jokes aside, if you guys enjoy music, if you guys enjoy actual...
Alright, you good, chicks. At this point, nigga, your takes on this channel, and listen, I'm not against no one having an opinion, but nigga, when I saw this nigga actually defend the idea that Drake would be pressed for a Lefty Gunplay feature. And also his argument is basically, you know, you hear Drake on records with new people all the time. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's revisit who Lefty Gunplay is.
Look, y'all ain't seen the video with Lefty Gunplay, how he trying to get on stage and they ain't even letting him on stage. Like Kendrick Lamar got him out here looking real bad. Like bro acting like he...
Lefty Gunplay was on that whack ass GNX album. I'm sorry, shit was ass, bro. That's probably like GNX is pretty much like one jacking off session, cause like it only works to you if you wouldn't like jack Kendrick off. You know what I mean? If you want to just say, cause the thing about Kendrick is that Kendrick, like I always say, he conditioned niggas to like or cope with him making bad music or music that's not enjoyable. Music is not good. You cannot tell me an album is good if you don't want to hear this shit again, or there's not records on there that you actually enjoy. Like, don't get me wrong. It's one thing to have a record where, you know, it's different. People haven't heard a song like this before, and it grows on people. Kendrick kind of does that, but some of it, I think he had a perfect balance of that on the first album. Let's say Money Trees, right? Money Trees is a good record. Money Trees at the time, it's awkward because like it's based off of like those unconventional sounds and rhythms and patterns that you get from funk, you know what I'm saying? But that also made it sound different, and but it has some movement to it, you know what I mean? And then after that album, let's say when we get to Pimp a Butterfly, that album again, it's not whack, but it has a lot more of that like music that you not that you force yourself to like, but it's like you just say, oh well, you know, that's what he does. He makes this kind of music and whatnot, but it's not shit that has any setting to it. Music has to have setting. Music has to, like, for example, Chiggs just said I was playing this in the gym. So let's kind of go over the places that people want to hear music at. They want to hear music while they're at work, all right, to help the time go by faster, all right. So people don't want to hear Kendrick at work necessarily. You're not thinking, oh man, I want to play that Kendrick song talking about his daddy issues. I want to hear that. No, nigga, you want to hear some shit with movement. People, you're not going to go to no barbershop. You know where you want to hear the best music, and at least music that people enjoy at the barbershop and salon, because everyone has to listen to it. So if the shit's not jamming, someone's going to complain or be upset. And if it's some Caribbean people in there, you're going to have to play some reggae, all right? Because people that's Caribbean, that's their culture. They really, and again, if you're American, unless you've had Caribbean family and friends, you really don't understand how much Caribbean people fuck with reggae. They really, because again, that's culture. They don't hear it the same way we hear it. Like, I mean, I think like we get it, but not how they do. Because again, that's it's like a whole language. It's a whole thing. It's a whole vibe. You understand? So anyway, but going back to your boy Lefty Gunplay and everything, right? I'm sorry. I was talking about how the shit has to have setting. So the other places that you hear music at is in, of course, in parties, the kickback, basically in gatherings, and it's the shit that you play at gatherings where people are all together. That, all right, that's the measure of, is this a good ass album? Because for anything else other than that, you got to kind of just say, yo, this is the niche thing or thing that I enjoy. And I think that people took Kendrick out of the realm of, I enjoy this. Also, too, at the time when Kendrick became popular, this is 2011, when it was cool to like obscure artists. It was cool to like people that were edgy and different and did weird shit. I mean, because it made that celebrity or that person or that writer sound more hip. All right, because there's always been this connotation that if you like mainstream music and you're really into music, that something's wrong with you. The best song ever written. The other day I saw a clip with Drake doing he was doing some song with the Backstreet Boys, right? If you're older, if you're between I'm gonna say 50, between 50 now, I'll say 50. Between 50 and 35. That mean you were mentally present for the prime of the Backstreet Boys. And in hindsight now, if these songs come on, okay, any of these songs come on, it's like five that everyone knows, right? I believe they I think they do I want it that way. Tell me why. Fire. Okay, Backstreet Boy NSYNC, fire. If you think about how hard those records was, you know what I'm saying? Bye 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 bye. Like matter of fact, like you don't even hear records that sound that good no more. You know what I mean? And they were like a manufactured boy band, and they still touring today, still performing today. But anywho, but anyway, so the reality is this: music that sounds good, music that matters, is a music that people actually want to keep hearing and whatnot, right? So when Chig says I'm playing this in the gym, you're playing it because it had a good feeling to it. It's a good song, but don't get me wrong. There's always those one or two, but when you're a rapper on the level of a Rick Ross and whatnot, people should be saying about 6 because you shouldn't be missing. All right. One thing I'm gonna tell you right now, with these joints I got, I'm not missing nothing. All right, with these songs, nigga, these songs ain't missing nothing. I swear. Like starting tomorrow, you know what I mean? We starting the day off early in the morning and whatnot. So, cause I deduced that I need to start my day at 5 o'clock. Well, really at 4 o'clock on at least 3 days a week. You know what I mean? So I can squeeze more productivity out the day. You know what I mean? So, But going to the Lefty Gunplay thing, now he came up because Adam 22 went viral for talking about basically he spoke to Drake, right, and he asked Drake about Lefty Gunplay and everything, right, and let's check it out.
And I just said to him, I said, hey, is it true that Lefty turned you down to do a song?
That's crazy. This fool Adam really called up Drake, texted him to ask him about Lefty Gunplay. In this clip, Adam talks about how he couldn't stop thinking about Lefty so bad that when Drake texted him,
First and foremost, when my man said Adam 22 couldn't stop thinking about Lefty so bad that he had to ask Drake about Lefty Gunplay. This is what I mean by how content creators affect the world in a negative way because someone needs to make content, and you do need to judge your content and kind of a strong opinion to be like a personality and whatnot. But this is some loser shit. When you start this stuff that females do. My ninja, why are you adding things?
I'm getting locked up for years for this.
Positive. But listen, I wasn't with them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When you tell a story, right? Mind you, Adam has just told the story. When you start to retell and reimagine a story that's already been told and add things to it and whatnot, this is I don't know, man. It's just weirdo activity. I don't like it, man. I don't like it, man. It's just you know what I'm saying? It's broke nigga activity, man. Oh man, broke nigga activity, man. I don't like that. That shit. Oh man. But anyway, so and that led us down a whole, how can I say, not pipeline, not storyline, a whole journey of revisiting the only time this nigga Lefty Gunplay has been relevant. The only time I've ever heard this man is when in connection, basically when he's glazing Kendrick. All right, and just imagining this I don't know, bro. Like the level of storytelling is definitely on some Lord of the Rings type shit when it comes to how much these niggas are trying to glaze Kendrick. Now I ain't gonna lie, no disrespect to homie, but he do seem a little stupid. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and go to this clip. Now, mind you, this nigga has low life written all over him. This right here is a premium grade A. This nigga ain't about to be nothing. This nigga is straight. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I believe all his raps. I believe him all. If he said whatever he's saying he did that ish. All right, he definitely did it. But broke nigga activity. You know what I'm saying?
You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it? You're not getting it.
You feel me? Not getting it. That nigga got tattoos on his ears. When he get a shape up, the barber gotta do a tattoo. Well, you know, I guess that probably would help. I mean, at least we'll give him a straight line. You know what? Maybe I should do that. Like maybe I should get a tattoo around my hairline to help my barber. You know what I mean? Like kind of hit them edges. So all right, boom. I give him that. You know what I'm saying? Tattoos probably do help the barber with hitting them edges. Because long as they like symmetrical with your tattoos on your face, then he should be straight. Also, too, I wonder how it felt for the rest of them after sitting there with him with his shirt off. He's sitting there bare chested. It's not like they like at his house. Or it's even outside somewhere. It's not even hot. You were the only person there with your shirt off. And one of the reasons why I wanted to speak on this topic, right, is for the simple fact that you got people making an argument. What the hell? What, is that a reflection? Anyway, you got people making an argument that nah, Drake is definitely mad that he didn't get the Lefty Gunplay verse. Nigga, what? Hold on, son. I'm gonna play this real quick for y'all.
But is Kendrick Lamar looking for you? You know what I'm saying? I had everybody in the world and he paid me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. But like,
and he put you on a major album, like literally his major album. So
yeah,
that speaks volumes.
He's my boy. He's my friend, man. Yeah, shout out to Top, man. Shout out to TDE. Man. I be
that's my friend. What? Hold on, what? That?
Cap, I accuse you of capping.
Nigga said that's my friend. That's my friend. My boy, you put an album out. I don't know if Kendrick knew your album came out. Nigga, Kendrick ain't give you no verse. He ain't shout your album out. I don't think you reposted the album. You know what? Maybe he did. I don't know. But yeah, either way, he ain't give you a remix. Yo, that man didn't show you no love. You understand? He didn't show Beloved no love. So, this right here is probably like it's during the whole Kendrick and Drake beef and whatnot, right? So this is probably after the GNX album. So he was in mad interviews saying, "Yo, you'll never catch me on the Drake song and this and that." And you know, then told him, "Yo, you know, I could have went either way. I could have done a Drake feature. Could have done the thing with Kendrick and stuff like that. But I went with Kendrick." And so here we are now. But let's go ahead and play the drum real quick for y'all.
The song Drake, bro. you just want never. I can't.
Now, mind you, they all sitting here giggling, laughing and shit. So this is where media was that time. Anytime someone dissed Drake, this was the thing that had to happen in every interview. You always had to set niggas up to diss Drake in the interview and whatnot. Then the interviewer laughs it off and everything. And that would be because that was content at that point. Talk about Drake and you get a whole lot. Talk about Drake and you get you some streams. Talk about Drake and you get you some guap. Facts. Right? So it's always been big business to talk about Drake in media. So every interview had to have this. Every interview had to bait the person speaking, especially if they had any connection to Kendrick Lamar. This had to happen, right? So, you know, here we are in that same year, right? This is your boy. Okay. So this is Lefty Gunplay, and the drive-through was probably a McDonald's and whatnot. This nigga out here tripping, very incoherent and whatnot, right? But I'm gonna try to play the clip for y'all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna fast forward.
My phone? My phone? So what is it that you need? But what is it you need from me? My phone? You need money for gas? I mean, I got enough to probably get you to the gas station. I got like $3, $4. I don't think I got that much, but let me see how much I got.
Shit, he's in a drive-through asking for money. This was like all within the same year. Which wasn't like this is not like 10 years in the future after the feature and when. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's because he's on the Kendrick album that he's supposed to be like rich, but you shouldn't be broke in the same year to the point where you in the goddamn drive-through. Actually, I think he spent that money that he got from Kendrick like all up front on the on the outfit. You see him chains and shit like that, right? So that's where the money went. It went to the jeans, the sneakers, because Kendrick and them people gave all those artists 10K. Now, mind you, Interscope dropped the bag on him, and that's nothing. And that's nothing about why this conversation is so stupid, because when people were trying to score this beef, they put a lot of weight on the authenticity of Kendrick versus the perceived shallowness of Drake, and that Drake is basically not a good person, but Kendrick is because he's short and not ugly, but a little bit ugly, you know what I mean, and and he's darker skinned, all right, and he also doesn't make music that's as listenable, all right, like listen, ninjas really gravitate towards losers, or like specific brands of losers. Like y'all love street nigga losers. You know what I'm saying? Like losers who like street niggas though, cause y'all be obsessed with style. But that's fine though. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, where's Big Mama? Call Big Mama. Hold on. Call Big Mama. What?
Call Big Mama.
Call Big Mama.
Isaiah, get out of the car.
Nope.
Isaiah, get out of the car right now.
Call Big Mama.
Kendrick gave them niggas 10K up front. If Kendrick is supposed to be, for one, he knows in this economy, 10K is not going to last a normal person that long. Especially if you got some big boy bills and whatnot. You give me 10K, I literally could spend that shit in a month. With all things I need to do, they would be gone, no problem. And I wouldn't even like have done anything lavish. I would have gotten just this adult things. You understand? So in 2024. You would think the man would listen. Interscope gave him the bag. He signed a new contract. They gave him new money. He couldn't have gave them all at least. He could have afforded to get them all 50K. It wasn't like it was 100 rappers. It's like 10 of them. You could have gave them all 50K, at least 50,000. Now they said, listen, you can take the 10K up front, and then we're gonna give you the royalties and whatnot. Now, mind you, royalties, unless the album is very successful, and maybe they did do well. You know what I mean? But like if you're not the primary performer and whatnot, the artist doesn't really get much royalties. Honestly, for the most part, if you don't own the record, like I don't know. Like the best thing for artists to do would be to take all the money they make from music and put it all into Spotify and Apple. All right, because that would be the best way to make money off of music as an artist. Now, I'm like, actually, that's my plan too. I know what that reminds me. That's my plan. Buy mad stock in Spotify. Buy as much. I believe Spotify is publicly traded, and Google. You know what I mean? Because all that shit that's the music business now. That's the music business. So if you own part of that and everything, then that shit gonna keep maturing, and you get paid off of that. You know what I mean? So I think it's a nice little so that's a little free game. But that's how music changed. And I always talk to you about that, about how like when I took that class in college about sociology and technology, it helped me to understand how technology has shaped humanity and our growth, how we think and how we are. Just like the printing press made to where people could read. That became an expectation that you could read and read well. Like even someone who's stupid is far more intelligent than someone from 200 years ago. They know far more. They understand the world better than someone, because someone from 200 years ago doesn't even understand what electricity is, or how to work electricity, you know what I'm saying, or how to do a lot of different things, or doesn't know how things work. You know what I mean? The skills you need in the new world, the money you need. There was no cable bill 200 years ago. and they was still struggling, you know. But anyway, but speaking of the struggle, yeah, bro. I think we can have this conversation now, and this is one of those examples of when you buy into certain things, it destroys you and makes you stupid. It's like I say, feminism has made women stupid because if you start doing stupid decisions, stupid is as stupid does. If you do enough stupid shit, at some point we have to say that you're stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because being stupid and being stupid is the same thing, right? Because I can't tell you that, yo, once someone takes a life, we label them a murderer. Now, again, that's more of an extreme example, but it's just like, yo, once you do certain things, right? Or if I steal from you, like, you'll never look at me the same again if I steal from you. I took something from you. Like, I blatantly took it from you. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to separate someone from their choices. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, like, everyone experiences the evils in different ways and stuff like that, right? But, you know, in a situation right here, if you're telling the truth, right? Lefty's telling the truth. You have, in fact, made the wrong decision. Drake gave Molly Santana 500 racks for her verse. Now maybe that might be a one-time payment where, like, yo, that's all she's gonna get from the record. Who knows, right? But he gave her a generous amount of money. You will not see Molly Santana in the drive-thru asking to use somebody's phone at least in 2026, unless you got a massive gambling problem. But anyway, yeah, man. All right, so that's all I was wanting to say, man. I wanted to just go ahead and put this work in, man. Continue to hone the craft and all that, man. Anyway, love y'all. Peace. And call Big Mama. You know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel.
Don't fucking touch me, bro.
Like the
Get
video.
out of the car.